how do you use a tubing bender? Why would you need a tubing bender? If you're an HVAC technician, if you're an HVAC installer, and you install split systems like mini splits, split gas, split heat pump systems, then you may need to bend some copper. Or you can use a bunch of fittings. Over time, fittings add up, and this little tool right here can save you money. So we're going to talk about how to use this tool. I'm going to show you how to use it in the forward position, in the reverse position. I'm going to drop a link in the description. So if you want to get a very affordable tool to bend tube, then you can do that. You're watching HVAC Tips for Technicians. I'm Tad. Let's bend some tube. Let's check out the contents of the case. 90-degree multi-bender kit. This is the model here that we've got. I'll drop a link in the description. And we have got two models here, one with an aluminum alloy wheel and one without one. So we've got the one with the aluminum alloy wheel. This tubing bender kit right here can be used on thin wall steel pipe, aluminum pipe, and copper tubing, which we're going to use it to bend copper tubing forward and reverse. The way we do the forward is with these brackets here. One of these brackets attaches to the housing and the other bracket attaches to the radius block here, or the former. Now let's go over what's in the case. We've got a deburring reaming tool. We've got an inner and outer deburring tool here. We've got a tubing cutter. We have the crossbars with the support blocks, and we have 7 different formers or alloy wheels or radius blocks. So we can do 5/16, we can do 1/4 inch, we can do 3/8, we can do 1/2 inch, we can do 5/8, 3/4, or 7/8 pipe. So this can do forward and reverse 90-degree bends. This is the housing right here, and we've got a little wing nut there to tighten down their crossbar. I'm going to show you how to assemble this in just a moment. But first, the reason that we use this pipe is because you can save a lot of money not having to use a lot of 90-degree fittings. In the field, every fitting you use costs money. Say you have an install where you have line sets that are more than 100 foot and you've got several bends. These can add up over time. Now, this is the copper tubes that this bender kit will bend. Now, I've only got one that I don't have here, which is 5/16, but I've got 1/4 inch, I've got 3/8, I've got 1/2 inch, I've got 5/8, I've got 3/4, and it'll do all the way up to 7/8. So instead of using your torches to braze that 90-degree fitting, we can just use our tubing bender to bend a 90-degree angle in our pipe like this right here. And then boom, we're good to go. Now that right there is 3/4. I'm going to set that here. You still have to use torches, of course, unless you have some type of pro press. Let me know in the comments what other tubing bender kits you have. Let me know your experience with these. If you recommend another brand, let me know what that is. This is the brand we've got here. Let me let you see that. Okay. All right. Now, let me show you how to assemble it and use it. Now, if we want to do some reverse bending with this ratcheting tube bender, I'm going to show you how to assemble it, and then we're going to use it to bend some 3/4 inch copper tubing. So let's do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the housing that has the handle, that has the dented rod, and the wing nut, and what we're going to do is we're going to grab our crossbar, and you can see on this crossbar on the support blocks, there is a 5/8 on one side and there is 1/2 inch on the other. You can see that. We got 5/8 and then we got 1/2 inch. So we're going to be using this side of the crossbar because this side is used for 3/4 and 7/8. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our housing, and there is a little indention right here, and we're going to line this bar up with that indention like that. And then we're going to screw our wing nut into the crossbar like this. Okay, and once we get it tightened, then we're going to get our former or our aluminum alloy radius block, and we're going to take and put that on the dented rod like that. Okay, pretty easy. Now, if you want the dented rod to go all the way down, you're just going to take and you're going to open up that handle there, okay? You're not going to close it, you're going to open it. Because when we close it, it's going to go up. And that's how we're going to bend the pipe in a reverse direction, okay? So now that we've got it assembled for reverse bending, we're just going to take our 3/4 pipe. We're going to make sure our blocks are turned to where they're facing the pipe. And we're going to put our pipe in between the crossbar and the former, or the radius block. Like this right here. Super simple. And then we're just going to take and we are going to take the handle and squeeze that handle. I'm going to show you how this works. Pretty simple. All right. And we can see we're almost at a 90 degree. Look at that. Look at that. Well, that's about 90 degree right there, but we can keep going almost. There we go. Okay, so I think that's a little more than 90 degree, but you get the point here. That's how you use this ratcheting tube bender to bend copper in the reverse direction. Now, for disassembly, for taking that copper pipe out, you take the handle, you open it up, and then look. You can actually take that copper right out of there. Beautiful. And we actually bent it way too much because that's more than 90 degree, and you can see what the pipe did. Kind of smashed it down. We're not going to do that again. Okay, so now for the forward position, this is how we're going to assemble. We're going to take the crossbar out by loosening the wing nut. Okay. And you can use this tool if you're doing a refrigeration job. I did a refrigeration job this week, and instead of installing 2 of these 90s, I was able to bend the pipe, which is really nice. I had 2 bends to make, and that eliminated these 2 fittings that I would have had to use, and it was 7/8. So I did a refrigeration job. You can do refrigeration jobs. You can do hydraulic. If you're working on a hydraulic system, you may need to use a tubing bender like this. Okay, so we are going to be using these 2 brackets, okay? These 2 brackets. This bracket right here is going to go where our crossbar would go, okay? And we're going to attach it right on the end. And it's got the dented little stub out right there. That's where we're going to put our radius block. Now we're going to put this piece right here, tighten this wing nut up, okay, and then we're going to put our crossbar right here. So crossbar, and we're going to go ahead and do 7/8 this time. All right, crossbar is in place. Okay, now instead of putting our radius block or former right here, we're going to put it right here like that. We're going to make sure that our support blocks are turned the right way, okay? 7/8, 7/8. Then we're going to take our 7/8 copper and put it in between our crossbar and our former. And you can actually lay it down on the pipe right there. Now we're going to bend a 90-degree angle, and we're going to use the forward direction. Okay, let me show you this right here. All right. I think we're in a 90-degree bend, aren't we? Let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah, I think we're done on that one. Okay, so now take this, boop, slides down. So easy to use. So you're going to take your former off, and then look at that. You got a nice bend. And I do not think that is a 90-degree bend right there, so I probably needed to ratchet a couple more times, but hey, it's a 45, almost. So instead of using that 45, right, we can use a ratcheting tube bender. Using less fittings like this on your installs means using less of this seal false or solder or brazing rod. If you use less fittings, you use less solder. So that means you are saving money, not having to use the solder or the brazing rod, and then not having to use the fittings. Here is a short copper 3/4 90. It's only $1.34. So if you use an average of 3 or 4 of those 90-degree elbows on a split install, then it could add up. If you're using a fitting like this, which is a long turn 90, which is 3/4, this can definitely add up quickly. Let's say you used an average of 2 of these, which is unrealistic, really. I mean, it could be more, it could be less. You could have a cheaper price, but let's say you do 1 split install every week, and all year you maybe do 50 installs, okay? And you use 2 of these fittings. So 50 installs, okay, times 2 of those fittings times $9. That would equal out to $900. That's just 2 fittings. So you can see where a tubing bender like this that only costs less than $100, $80, would definitely pay for itself. How many fittings do you use on a new install of new line sets or a split change out? If you know how many fittings you use on average, let me know. And let me know what the average cost is. I would love to know that. I really never looked at this information because I never had a ratcheting tubing bender until this last week, where I was actually able to use it on a refrigeration job and kind of figure out that, wow, I didn't have to use a fitting there. Well, that was kind of unusual. Usually I get a bunch of fittings and I put them in my truck and I carry them with me. This time I carried them all back and put them back in the parts room, which is just very unusual for me. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have a tubing bender that you use and you like. Put that down in the comments. If you have a question, put that down in the comments as well, because you know questions can become content. Link in the description for this tubing bender kit. This is a very affordable tubing bender. It will not break the bank, and it's got a nice carrying case, so go check it out. Also, if you do not understand how to use it, then there is a operation manual. So I'm sure this will describe the operation a lot better than I did, because I just got this thing, but I do like it, and I'm going to continue to use it on my split system installs, on my mini split installs, on the refrigeration systems that I build. I want to tell you that it does take some getting used to. I am not used to using this tubing bender yet. You can tell that in the video because I didn't know where to stop the tubing bender to get the 90-degree angle yet. I've only used this on one project, and I've never used a tubing bender before this past week. So I've got to get used to it. That way I'm not wasting copper. That way I'm not making mistakes, because you definitely have to pay attention to how the copper is lined up inside the tubing bender and know exactly which way it's facing. That way you bend the copper properly. So when you get one, try to practice with it before you go to a real job. That way you don't make any mistakes, or you make very few mistakes. So just my advice to you, wishing you much success though, my brothers and sisters. Stay healthy, stay happy. If you want to learn more about refrigerant pipe sizing, I've got a video on refrigerant pipe sizing down in the link in the description, so go check it out. If you want to learn more about brazing, using torches, how to braze copper, go check out the video on how to braze down in the link in the description. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned something. Let me know in the comments if you did learn something. What was it? If you don't have a question, that's okay. Let me know who you are and where you're from. If you need help, you need tech support, you need to call me, you need my email, you need my troubleshooting guides, definitely click the join button. Become a member. Let me know in the comments that you joined, and I will give you my email, and that'll lead to contact with me. If you want to check out my geothermal training videos, my duct sizing videos, my equipment sizing videos, my mini split sizing videos, then go check out my members only videos. You can become a level 3 member and have access to videos like HVAC sales training, and have information that can make you more successful in the field as an HVAC technician, as an HVAC contractor. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and smash that bell, ding, so you know what I'm doing. You've been watching HVAC Tips for Technicians. I'm Tad, and I'll keep you cool if you let me.